Hello, I hope you're all doing well. It's been a little while and I'm so excited to chat with you and hang out with you. And yeah, since last time we chatted, that was prepping for the garden party and just getting all of those to-dos done. And then also just having the garden party and just, getting in the swing of things after traveling and party and all of those things. So today is a whole new different vibe and energy because we have a lot to do for a client of mine. My client is giving birth in the next couple of weeks and I'm really excited to support her. I just had her prenatal this week and the next week I'll have her mini prenatal. And if you haven't checked out my website before, I offer two different types of prenatals. So the first prenatal is like a 2-hour, I come in your home, we prepare you for healing, nourishing, cocooning, and then the second prenatal is a mini prenatal, which is a virtual prenatal for the most part. Sometimes it's in clients' homes, but it's only for an hour, and it's doing like the last final touch-ups, meaning like any last projects, really just kind of getting in there and maybe just like redoing your bedside table or prepping some snacks or prepping your birth bag. Like, it's meant to really just reassure my clients through the whole experience of like the days up till their birth that they're supported and they're prepared for postpartum. So I got to do that. I got to do a prenatal this week, and then next week we'll have her mini prenatal, and then she will be giving birth soon. So that's really exciting, but I want to get a couple things done for her. I am planning on putting together a little basket of all my favorites, and I've talked about these brands before, but I'm going to share a little bit of those favorites sprinkled through so you can see kind of like the basket I'm making. Also, I'm planning on making a watermelon labor aid for her. So let me show you that recipe in a little bit. I made this last summer and it went viral on Instagram because I think just the idea of having something really refreshing and like replenishing is something so appealing to mamas, because yes, you can buy things at the store, but having something homemade is a whole different thing. My friend came over last week and I made it as a fun little mocktail, so you could just have it in general. It's just honestly just an amazing little like agua fresca with a little sea salt in there, and I actually do a fun little twist and I'll show you that today using a salt from a brand that I really love for postpartum. So we're gonna do that. Also, I want to make her, since I know she's planning on breastfeeding and also planning on pumping, since we went over both and just checked and like went through different tips and tricks to prepare her, I want to make her a pumping bracelet, or like a nursing bracelet. It can be either or. Sometimes the mamas that I work with, you alternate different sides that you feed your baby on, and most times you want to like continue on that last side. So one side is like dinner and one side dessert. So usually one side of the breast produces a little bit more, or maybe your baby's more interested in the feed, and then the dessert breast, which is more like a snacky feed for your baby, that one would be the one that you feed the next feed for your baby to kind of make sure that everything is like maintained equally. Both breasts are equally, there's a demand on both sides. So anyways, I usually have my mama clients wear a rubber band or a hair tie on the side that they left off on, so they remember to feed their baby on that side and then kind of go back and forth. But I thought it'd be fun today to make a little like nursing pumping bracelet for her. I've been really getting into buttons, so taking buttons and making button jewelry. I think that's so fun because I used to do that as a young person and I just thought it was just so whimsical and cute. But I thought, wouldn't that be so cute to make her a little pumping bracelet? But you could also just make this jewelry in general. I actually made something similar the other day and I loved it. People were asking me like, is it from Anthropologie? I'm like, no, I made it. So I think that would be really fun to make her a pumping bracelet, the agua fresca, kind of like the little watermelon labor aid. And then also I want to make her a basket of all my favorite sitz bath herbs and all the favorite brands that I like in that realm. So anyways, that is what I'm thinking of doing today. And then other than that, for me, I have a lot of content I need to make for the week. And then I also want to work on, not doing it yet, but I think next week, since it's going to be officially summer soon, I think in a week and a half it'll be officially summer. I love this month so much. June is my favorite month of the whole world. I love the overcast. I love the cool. We get the gloom. I love the gloom in the summer. It's my favorite. I was thinking of updating our front door porch and the basket that I have on the door and putting something else that could be dried there. I know in the winter or in the fall I want to do like straw flowers, and I know in the winter I think I want to do like pine trees or like some pine something. But right now we have lavender, which I love for spring, but in the next 2 weeks I want to start brainstorming like what is a dried flower that I would want for summer. I was thinking of doing like dried yarrow or maybe like dried rosebuds. I don't know. Like in my head, I think of like summer's like watermelon and like bright colors, but I don't know what could dry and be bright still. Or maybe like a dried chamomile. I don't know. We're brainstorming. So I do want to update this space, and I think it would be fun to get. I have these pillowcases in the like creamy, beautiful like beige kind of gingham, but I would love to do a fun gingham that's like red for summer. So anyways, just imagining different things to do in the space to kind of just make it like seasonal and fun. But other than that, I do have a DIY that I'm kind of brainstorming about as well. Maybe we'll do that next week. We'll see what time holds because today's pretty busy. But anyways, that is what is on the agenda. And so I did want to share that this video is sponsored so lovingly by Daughters of India. I have been wearing Daughters of India clothes. If you look back on my old videos, I've been wearing them for about 1.5 years now. All of their clothes are just made so ethically, sustainably, and I love the beautiful vision behind it of supporting women, especially in India, to create these gorgeous pieces of clothing and how kindly they're treated in the process of being these beautiful artisans and what they produce. And all of the clothing is just such high quality. Like every item is just gorgeous, and I wear it for many, many years to come. So I have all of my dresses that I wear of theirs. Pretty much, I think in rotation, there's probably 2 dresses of theirs per week I'm wearing, rotating. Oh, I hear lots of little birds. I've been noticing a lot of birds are doing like the scratching on the ground. It's really cute. I think they're finding worms and stuff. It's very cute. But yeah, I've been wearing Daughters of India clothes for a while, and I see them for many years to come, and every item just smells so good, fits so well, breathes so well, and you know me, I love cotton so much. So I want to say thank you to Daughters of India for sponsoring the full video, and I cannot wait to just share more about their beautiful clothes during the day as it goes on, and you can kind of check it out on me and see this gorgeous set. I will put the information down below if you're interested in it, and also if you want to use my coupon code, you're going to get a percentage off on there too. So anyways, I'll have that down below, but in the meantime, let's get to our first project. I want to kind of pull together the basket that I'm envisioning and kind of talk about the brands that are in the basket, and kind of just keep it basic, but I do want to have sitz bath herbs, a peri bottle, spray, and maybe a belly balm. So we'll kind of go from there, but anyways, let's get to it. So I was thinking about using this basket here for this gift that I'm making of all my favorite little postpartum items. So I grabbed a basket, but I do think, wouldn't this be great to have this on our fence in the future? I need to find like a really cute one when we do build our cute gate, but that's another story for another day. But I thought we could do this, and then maybe grab a couple pieces of this, throw it on here with some, you know, ribbon and tie. I was thinking of gifting her this really cute apron for just later. So I'm just going to use this as a cute kind of bottom filler. Don't be afraid of like taking fabric and just throwing it in when you're making a gift. I think that's so fun. That gives people like another gift besides just the tissue paper. I think we often think of gifts as just like using tissue paper only, but I think that that would be so adorable that she can pull it out and use that in the future. And then here's the lineup. So I'm going to pull them out so you can check them out. I think every single piece is just so adorable. I mean, who doesn't love their products? The spread of items that I want to include in this basket, I was thinking of doing my favorite body cleanser from Fat in the Moon, and all these products are Fat in the Moon, so I'm so excited to be able to offer these things to her. They're just my very favorite. Like truly, this is an ad. Like I just love everything of theirs, so why not just include all of my favorites for her? The body cleanser is so divine because the ingredients are just yummy things like essential oils, and everything is like jojoba oil and just lovely. So I was thinking about putting that in there. And then their Momma Sits herbs, love so much. I'm actually going to open up a bag in a second and show you guys what it looks like inside because the herb blend is gorgeous. I do love that's lavender, comfrey, chamomile, witch hazel leaf. That's so, but some mamas can tolerate that. White willow bark and mirth gum powder. I just love this blend for postpartum. So I'm gonna put that in here. I think that's so pretty because when I think of June babies, I think of purple. That's always been like lavender purple is my color for June. So I don't know, in my head it makes sense. And then a good deodorant cream. I live for this deodorant cream. I don't use anything else. It smells amazing. It just works so good. And the main carrier oil is coconut oil, which I love for mamas. We don't need to be plugging up and upsetting your lymphatic system with a bunch of toxins. So you're going to be sweating naturally, but why not do it with something natural and essential oils like bergamot and clary sage, and just love that it's made with like black pepper and just the goodies that I love to have close to my body. Why not during postpartum? So we're going to pop that in there. Also, I noticed that sometimes in the summer I can't handle this one because I believe it has baking soda. Yeah, baking soda in it. So there's been moments in the summertime where I go straight to sensitive pit cream, which doesn't have the baking soda. It just has arrowroot powder in it, which I really love that. So I switch back and forth, to be honest, and that's just what works for me. So I'm going to include both. Also, oh my goodness, buckle up, because this is my favorite spray ever, favorite perfume, plant perfume ever, because it's all essential oils, but I won't wear any other perfume. This is my signature scent. So if you want to copy me, this one, I think it's Archimedes at Dawn by Fat and the Moon. It is mainly the smell that makes me go crazy is geranium, which I'm a geranium person, rose geranium, patchouli, and black pepper. That's my scent. So if you're ever wondering, that's the combo. And who doesn't want to smell good at home, but you know, don't want to use perfumes that have a lot of toxins in them, especially around baby. And then this belly birth balm is one of my very favorites. It goes on so smoothly and it's just so beautiful. You can see there how gorgeous that is. I just love it so much. So there's that one. And then this one is St. John's wort, chamomile, lavender, and just has a bunch of carrier oils that I love, and beeswax. So we're going to include this gorgeous blend. And then last but not least, my favorite spray, if I'm going to use one that I don't make for clients, it's just lovely, again, to just gift this. This one has witch hazel, again, so, but still love it for some mamas. Lavender, yerba mansa, and it has, what I really love is essential oils in there that just gives it a good scent, but feels so good on the body. So that's the combo. And then I think I'm going to put a ribbon around here with some lavender, let it dry, maybe some Johnny jump ups. I don't know. It is probably the freshest thing to give her, some of those, and then take it to her. But I think that's the basket of dreams there. So I wanted to chat a little bit about the herbs that are from this little pack. I will say there's something to be said about fresh herbs straight from my garden that I take to clients, and we just make an immediate tea, because you can tell like this is dried, and the texture, the color, everything, even the chamomile is not the color that we would want to see, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's still vibrant. It's just a reality check to like how beautiful a postpartum garden can be and how easy it is to maintain if you just do lavender, chamomile, like comfrey and calendula. It's so easy to make a postpartum garden. But you know, in a pinch, I love these herbs. Like, not saying anything against them. I'm just saying, like, you can tell, like, fresh herbs, like I would take over fresh lavender like this, and like I would bring over fresh like yarrow like this is even dried for a couple days, and look how vibrant that is. But of course, like, this is the second best. But how easy it is just to grow one of these by your windowsill, pluck it and use it in your tea as needed. But this is the second best, and still loving these herbs so much. But just wanted to share that little bit with you all, that how inexpensive a postpartum garden can be, and also how vibrant and how beautiful all of those nutrients are for your body when you get it right out of the ground. So I was thinking about taking these buttons here. I got these wood buttons from Amazon, so not super hard to find these. And then I was thinking about taking this white, bone white, like rope, I would say, or cord, and use it towards just doing like a couple buttons in between and doing like knots. My only thoughts are like, how am I going to make it easy to take on and off? So I think I'm going to make it a very simple loop that can just go around. And I don't know her size, but I'm going to make it like a smaller size. And then I can always expand the loop a little bit more. So just leave it extra a bit at the end. So I think I'm going to tie that off now. Let's see. And then just take this and make sure that I can go around. Yeah, cool. And then from there, I think I'm going to do, I always like to do, so one time around the wrist, and then do maybe a second time, so like there, and do like a second time around for the knots, but you know, I think I'm going to be generous and cut it like that, and then we can always cut a little bit more off. So just go around your wrist once and then go around your wrist one more time, and that should be enough. Oh yeah, so then we're going to take the end, and I like making a knot before I put the button on, because the reality is that if you don't, it's going to slide all over the place. Buttons are so adorable. And then I weave it in like that, and then in through the other piece, and then like make it a simple pull like that through. And yeah, it's like nothing super complicated. So I'm just gonna do that over and over again until I fill the whole bracelet, and then we'll make a really cute bracelet. And I don't think this one's gonna move this way, so I'm not gonna do another knot just to save some of the cord. So there's that, but I am gonna do a knot for the next one. So basically just doing knots on one direction only. And I think it'll be so cute, but let's see how close we want it to be. Okay, hang with me on this idea, but I was thinking of taking, not this teapot, but because I love it too much, but a teapot that's similar, and hang it on here after I get that kind of deep into the ground, and then put birdseed in it. Like there's like a Pinterest photo that shows all the birds just like loaded up in there. I just have to plug this little spout hole with something, maybe like a piece of, you know, cloth or whatever, but I was thinking about hanging it on here like that, and then you can put the birdseed in there. I just don't want to break this, but put the birdseed in there, and I think the birds would love it. What do you think? I think it's adorable. I think we're gonna do something like that. I just have to get the right teapot, but isn't it so cute? I think that would be perfect to just put all the birdseed in there, and they can come in and hang out together, and just so adorable. But gotta find something similar to this, and then gotta harness this into the ground because we don't want it wobbling around while they're having their little cafe meal. But yeah, I think we're gonna do something like that. our tea is just hanging out. We're gonna put it in the sun and let it just hang out for the next maybe like 3 hours. So this is going. And then now, since I got the bracelet done, I'm wearing my bracelet right now. I got the basket put together. I have the tea brewing, which I want to give her this tea as well. And then lastly, and I'm gonna put this like, I'm gonna steep it and then remove all the herbs and then put it in a really pretty glass bottle. Lastly, I want to make the watermelon fresca, or the watermelon, you know, cooler, or like we could say a watermelon hydration drink or labor aid. I got a huge giant watermelon. I've been kind of like not going inside as much today because it's so gray that our inside of our home, it looks just extremely dark, but I think it's time to go inside, get in the kitchen. And I always get questions about this apron, and I love this apron so much. It's my outdoor apron, but it got a wash, so it's gonna go inside today, and it's gonna be my watermelon apron. So I'm gonna work on that watermelon drink in this apron, in case you're wondering, being like, hey, that's your outdoor apron. Yes, but it is clean because my other aprons are being used. One is gonna be gifted, right? So then I'm gonna work on the watermelon fresca or watermelon labor aid, and then package everything up, and that's pretty much it for this gift. But yeah, it's so easy to make, and I'm such a sun tea kind of person. I just don't ever get to it, but I grew up doing like the old-fashioned like black tea with the sugar, and my mom would make a huge thing of it, and we would wait all day as kids, like, when's the tea gonna be done? And that was such a treat. So it's really fun to have a moment to celebrate those sweet things. But this blend is from Momma Time, which I made their cookies the other couple weeks ago with their cookie mix, which was lovely. One of my favorite cookie mix ever. I do want to work on a couple other projects for myself, but one is I want to pull out all of my dresses from Daughters of India and just show you what they look like, because they just make me so happy, and I kind of want to frolic around our neighborhood in them. So anyways, oh yep, the birds are busy doing their little scratchy thing, but anyways, I'm going to get to letting this sit in the sun. Okay, we secured the sunflower. While I'm sipping on this delightful drink here. So good. I actually finished it up with a little bit of the mermaid dust that I got from Momma Time, and basically just put that on the edge with a little lime, and it sticks, and it's so delicious. So delicious. Just rose petals and Celtic sea salt and all the yummy things. So I'll be sipping on that. But also I wanted to share that the tea is done. So I'm really excited that the tea is done. That bee is buzzing around. There's one bee that literally visits only one plant. He stays on all day. I don't ever see him leave. The same bee, I swear it's the same one. He guards that sunflower seed plant, and he was very upset I moved it. So now he's been trying to go into this drink nonstop, but we'll watch it. But yeah, the tea is done. It's been out here for like 2 hours, and it's looking really good. I just want to make sure that I take this strainer, strain the tea, put it in here. I just have to grab my funnel. But yeah, be a really simple, easy project, and then you could just toss that right into the earth. And that's what I love about making sun tea outside, because it's just an easy, just, you know, make and throw away. done. I'm so excited to share all the beautiful things we created with my mama client. That package is just going to be so heartfelt, and I hope she enjoys it. I'm going to now go work on some work projects. I have a consultation, and then I have a meeting tonight. And then I have a meeting after that meeting. So it's going to be a very buzzy night till at least 11, which is not my favorite. But we're going to get these things done and then roll into the weekend, which is always a lovely thing because our weekends are so refreshing and so giving, so generous of our time, and I really appreciate giving. So anyways, I'm so happy we could hang out today. I will include the links to all the beautiful dresses I'm wearing today because truly, like, my biggest belief is that you feel good when you wear materials that are like cotton and linen, things that are natural from the earth, and you don't need a lot of them. Like, I have just a few of those dresses, but those dresses like hold me over, and they will for many years. So I'm excited to wear them all different ways, for formal, informal, just like fun out and about, but mostly as a doula because I need things that are breathable. I get so sweaty after doing body work and house stuff and cooking and cleaning, and by the end of the day I'm so sweaty. So it's really nice to have things that are breathable. Also, what I really love, because these pieces are natural, like I don't have to rewash them a million times because they're not synthetics that really start holding smells. So I'll wear a dress a few times and then throw it in the sink with some soap while I'm taking a shower, then just wring it out in the shower, let it dry, and it's always golden. And like, I never have to worry about like a whole day on hand washing things, because I think ultimately people get really overwhelmed the idea of hand washing things, and you can put them in your washer, but I like to preserve my clothes a little better and just throw them in a sink with a little bit of detergent, and then they're done. So anyways, I'm happy that we were hanging out today. I'm happy you got so much good things done, and yeah, I'll keep you posted about next week. If we end up sourcing a teapot, I'll take you along with me and we can do some fun projects with that too. But anyways, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you continue to heal, to nourish, cocoon, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.